If only you could touch it, you'd know. Like picking burrs out of a wild animal that you've made a pet. Like picking pimples on the back of a boyfriend. It's just preening. You just want to touch it, don't you? Footprints in the sands of time. There's that old poem that talks about the guy walking down the beach and he's dead. And he's looking at the footprints and he's going, well, he said, there'll be a couple footprints, a couple people walking along together, and all of a sudden, there's just one set of footprints. And he's looking back and he's going, Jesus fucking Christ, those were the worst years of my life. And he says to that guy, I'm talking about the God guy, same thing. It's all make-believe. He says to him, he says, why is it that in the worst times of my life, I was walking alone. There's only one set of footsteps. And the Lord says to him, it was at those times I was carrying you. What is it about being in the presence of the Lord that makes us feel so rotten? Fucker. Worst times of my life was in the time I was riding the back of Jesus. He's slow. He's one of these damn Zen Buddhist people that thinks time has all the time it takes. Yeah, slow mover. Want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. So, that thing, what is it so rotten about being the present Lord and all that stuff? Richard Dawkins has a book called The God Delusion. And I have that written somewhere. I looked for the book. I don't know where the hell it is. It's in one of these things. But I remembered the point of it. And that is that. What is it that makes you feel so rotten? Being in the presence of the Lord, of the religion, and all this other shit. Oh. I just got done talking about how they've done away with the woman prowess, the quality of being a person, and just belittled them. And we were sitting there talking about it. Something came up. I said, God, the idea that they don't have another word for God. How if Einstein used the word God, they interpreted it to say God. They're man. But we don't have another word for it. Why is that? Because it is beyond us. There's a force, there's a cohesive force that holds everything together, and and it thrives off us. It's a mindless thing that's getting smarter all the time, and sometimes it throws things into us. That is not God. That is just a force of nature. And I said how God, how the Catholicism and everything, they don't want us to read. Catholics didn't even have a Bible until the 30s. I brought that up to my dad like yesterday, and he didn't even fucking dispute it. I was like, I thought there was going to be an argument. That's why Catholics aren't supposed to read the Bible. That's why my dad used to get so mad at me. You're supposed to allow the priest to interpret it for you. Interpretation is rife with misconceptions. And so I say, they don't have a word for God. And at that moment, I blew my own mind. I said, in Polish, the word for God is book. And it just made my head scream. It made me to go, bah. I had stuff coming out up here. I was like, that's probably one of the smartest things I ever said. God is book. It's knowledge. It's an understanding. And you know, if we have been programmed to be on this thing as an experiment, we're doing pretty well. I don't know if we're ahead of the curve or not, but we're getting closer all the time. Isn't it amazing? I think we're passing the test.